Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilman ajmain inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase in all of us knowledge. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this session, brothers and sisters. I have prepared two surahs to complete. One is Surah Quraysh and one is Suratul Fil. But I have collected a lot of material. I don't know whether I'll be able to complete both the surahs. I'll see what happens as we progress. I have collected extra material for you. Inshallah, you will like it, find it very interesting. So, we start with Surah Quraysh. Clear Quran gives the title Allah's major favors to Makkans. This is the title from Clear Quran. Allah's major favors to Makkans. Major favor to Makkans. This is a Makkan surah. Its main theme is Tawheed, monotheism. It refers to the blessings bestowed by Allah on the Quraysh, who are the Quraysh inhabitants of Makkah, in making the city by virtue of Kaaba, because of the Kaaba, a center of trade and place of peace. Center of trade and a place of peace and security, enabling them to make 2 yearly trade journeys. Enabling them to make 2 yearly trade journeys. One to Yemen during the winter, and the other to Syria during summer. Very important to note this. The Makkans, the Quraysh, they used to have 2 trade journeys in a year, one to Yemen during winter, and the other to Syria during the summer, and calls upon them to worship Allah alone. The surah calls upon them, the Quraysh, to worship Allah alone. Lord of Kaaba, yes, He's the Lord of the Kaaba. And giving up the imaginary gods and goddesses surrounding the outskirts of Kaaba. Title is from Dr. Mohar Ali. Now we go to Iman Torres, Al-Hanif, UK. She says in the beginning of this surah, the tribe of Quraysh. The tribe of Quraysh. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam belonged to the tribe of Quraysh. Our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam belonged to the tribe of Quraysh, which was the most powerful and important tribe in Makkah. Quraysh, they were the most powerful and important tribe in Makkah. They were proud of their position and resisted the message of Islam for a long time. Yeah, they were proud of their position and they resisted the message of Islam to worship one God for a long time. Now, to understand this surah, one must know that Makkah is in the middle of a very hot desert. This is very unusual. This is a center of trade and everything, but it's in the valley of hot desert. Almost nothing can grow there. Makkah is in the middle of a very hot desert. Almost nothing can grow there. The Quraysh and the other people of Makkah survived mainly through trading with their neighbors. Yeah. The Quraysh and the other people of Makkah survived mainly through trading with their neighbors. In the winter, they sent trade caravan southeast to Yemen, where they bought spices and other goods coming from India and the Far East. And in the summer, they sold these goods to the people in the north, in Sham. In the time of Prophet ﷺ, there was one named Sham, which included Syria, Palestine, Jordan, and Lebanon. That is the countries in Sham, from whom they bought various food products. Through traveling, they met many different people and became rich in the knowledge of a variety of customs and ways of life. Through traveling, they met many different people and became rich in the knowledge of a variety of customs and the way of life. The other main source of income and other social and political benefits for the Quraysh was through their yearly pilgrim to the Kaaba. Very important. Huh? The other main source of income for the Quraysh and other social and political benefits for the Quraysh was through the yearly pilgrimage to the Kaaba. The tradition dating back to the time of Prophet Ibrahim. The pilgrimage is a tradition dating back to the time of the Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, for which people came from far and wide, even now, for which people came from far and wide. Now the whole world goes for the pilgrimage to Kaaba. This put the Quraysh in the position of a host. Yes, they were the host. This put the Quraysh in the position of the host and developed their sense of tolerance and hospitality. It developed their sense of tolerance and hospitality. In return for their hospitality, they were respected and protected wherever they went. Yes. This was unique thing that the Quraysh were protected wherever they went. They were respected and they were respected and protected wherever they went. Although the other caravans in Arabia had to fear attacks from highway robbers. The other tribes, they were always in fear when their caravans went from one place to another place, and they were in fear of being attacked from highway robbers. The Quraysh traveled untouched. Nobody would touch them. That was the high esteem and the prestige which Quraysh had throughout Arabia. Quraysh had become used to their comfortable positions. They were very used to their comfortable position, never having to worry about their food and safety. Never having to worry about their food and safety. In this surah, they were told that they should worship the true Lord of Kaaba rather than all of the idols which had been put around it, around Kaaba. And they should be thankful to the one who provided for them all their needs. Important part. In this surah, they were told that they should worship the true Lord of the Kaaba, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rather than all of the idols which had been put around the Kaaba, and should be thankful to the one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who provided for all their needs. This surah reminds them. Abdullah Yusuf Ali also writes very nicely. The Quraysh were the noblest tribe of Arabia. The Quraysh were the noblest tribes of Arabia. The tribe to which belonged Holy Prophet himself. The tribe to which belonged Holy Prophet himself. They had the custody of Kaaba. They are the caretaker of the Kaaba, the central shrine of Arabia. At that time, it was just a shrine for worshipping all the idols and statues. And their position of Makkah gave them a triple advantage. And their position of Makkah gave them a triple advantage. This surah refers to the blessing bestowed by Allah on the Quraysh, inhabitants of Makkah, in making the city, by virtue of Kaaba, a center of trade and place of peace and security, a place of peace and security, enabling them to make 2 yearly trade journeys, one to Yemen during winter and the other to Syria during summer, and calls upon them to worship Allah alone, Lord of Kaaba, giving up the imaginary gods and goddesses. This is just a gist of everything that we read earlier. Now we go to the analyzing the verses of the surah. Allah's major favor to Makkans. Li'ilafi Quraysh. Li'ilafi Quraysh. See, Quraysh, of course, we know Quraysh, the tribe. What is this Li'ilafi? Very different way of, very different style of starting a verse. So here is Ilafi. This is a mastar. What is it? Ilafi is a mastar. Look at it. Amana, to believe. Yuminu, Mudariya. And what is the mastar? Iman, believing. Iman, faith. And then we have another form for verb, alafa, like amana, alafa. Yu'lifu, mastar, ilaf. Iman, and here the mastar is ilaf. To habituate, to accustom, to tame, to domesticate. These are all the meaning of li'ilafi Quraysh. To make them refined and civilized, yes. Li'ilafi Quraysh, for all these things. To make them refined and civilized. So, Dr. Morali says, for accustoming Quraysh, getting used to all these things. And Imam Torres says, for the benefit of the Quraysh. Fine. Now let us analyze. Li ilafi Qurayshin. Simple. Harf jar, ism majroor, wa huwa mudaf, and mudaf ilayhi. Allamu harfu jarrin, mabni ala kasra. Yes. Even the lam harfu jar is li. Li, remember, which we change when we attach to pronouns lahu, lahuma, but here it is li. Allamu harfu jarrin mabniun ala kasra. Ilafi ism majrurun bil lam wa alamatu jarrihi al kasra. Jarun al majrurun. It doesn't mention about the Quraysh, but I will read it, Lot of option here, but we'll just take one or two. Simple one. Muta'alikun bi fi'al. Jar majroor. Li ilafi. Muta'alikun bi fi'al. Fi. Fal yabudu. It is muta'alikun to fal yabudu. I فَلْيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ تَعَالَى مِنْ أَجْلِ إِلْفِهِمْ. So they must worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the sake of ilfihim. Ilfi means Allah made them their intimate friend, bosom friend. Fine, that's okay. I go back here. Li, again, ilafi, Qurayshin. There was no mention of Qurayshin. Now Qurayshin comes here. Mudaf ilayhi. Harshar, ism majroor. Wa huwa mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Mudaf ilayhi, majrurun walamatu jarri kasra. Fine. لِإِلَافِهِمْ رِيَلَةَ شِتَاءِ وَصَيْفِ. لِإِلَافِهِمْ رِيَلَةَ. Riyalata is the travel journey. Verse number 2. Dr. Mohar Ali for accustoming them to journey of the winter and summer. To accustoming them, the Quraysh, to the journey, li'ilafi, journey, rihalata, of the winter, shita, and summer, saif, Imam Torres, for their benefits, the caravans go out in winter and summer. Ilafihim. This ilafihim is a badal from the first awal. First ilafi came, so this li ilafi again comes. So this is your badal. Min awal. Awali. Majrurun wa alamatu jarri kasra. Wa huwa mudaf. And hum damirun muttasilun mabniun ala sukun fi mali jar mudaf ilayhi. Alhamdulillah. Now the point is this, brother. Li'ilafihim realata. Who made this realata mansub? Realata, travel journey of winter season and summer season. So we know it because we are used to all these things. Alhamdulillah, we are understand it. We have experienced. So realata mafulun bihi mansubun malamatu nasbi fata. Brother, who made you? I didn't see any verb here. Mafulun bihi, okay, you are mafulun bihi. Who made you? Here is the explanation. Amilu nasbi. The agent who made it mansub fihi al-mastar. Yes. This ilafi mastar can act as an agent of making nasab, giving nasab. So this rihalata is because of the ilafi. The master made this mafulun bihi. We understand. I'm sure you know. You can all nod your head. Yes, yes, we know, alhamdulillah. And then mudaf ilayhi, journey of winter, was saif. Now this is harfu atfin. So saif will be mawtufun to shita. We cannot say another way, but we know how to do it. So this is waw harfu atfin, a saif, mawtufun ala shita. So realata is mudaf, fine. And then shita, winter, is mudaf ilayhi. Majrurun walamatu jarri kasra. Wasaif, al-wawu harfu atfin. Asaif ism mawtufun, majrurun, mawtufun wa majrurun. Walamatu jarri kasra. Alhamdulillah. Number 3. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. They must worship the Lord of this house, Kaaba. They must worship, Allah says. No idols, no gods and goddesses, no. Dr. Morali, so let them worship the Lord of this house. Iman Torres, so they should worship the Lord of this house. Actually, originally, it is li yabudu. Li yabudu. This is lamu amar. Remember? Lamu amar. It acts, then the verb becomes like a amar, fellow amar. Fal yabudu. When fa comes, when the fa comes in the beginning, it becomes fal yabudu. Meaning doesn't change, but the spelling changes. Now here is some more fancy things, beautiful things available here. Al-fa'u waqiyatun fi jawabi shart muqaddara. Oh, there's a shart here, but estimated. There's a shart here. Waqiyatun fi jawabi shart muqaddara. This thing is jawabu shart. I in lam yabuduhu lisair Now may He, if they do not worship for the niyama, this niyama is all the grazing animals that Allah blessed them. Lisairi means each and other, each grazing animals. If they don't worship Allah for all the blessings of this, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا لِهَذَا النِّعْمَةِ خَاصَّةِ مَذْكُورَةِ. Then they must worship lihazal niyama, blessings, khasati, special blessing, maskurati, mention, that is the Kaaba. The lam, now but this lam is a lam amar, harfun, mabniun ala kasra, lam amar. Wakad sukinat lisababi fa. Because of the fa, it got a sukun. وَيَعْبُدُ فِعْلٌ مُضَارِعٌ مَجْزُومٌ بِلَامُ أَمَرٍ fine. وَعَلَامَةُ جَزْمِهِ حَذْفُ نُون. Yes, the noon was dropped. يَعْبُدُونَ became يَعْبُدُ لِأَنَّهُ مِنْ أَفْعَالِ الْخَمْسَةِ. We know that. And then this waw al-jamati, fa'il, they, all of them. وَجُمْلَةُ فِي مَحَلِّ جَزْمٍ جَوَابُ الشَّرْطِ مُقَدَّرَةٌ. Now this is your جَوَابُ الشَّرْطِ مُقَدَّرَةٌ. وَجُمْلَةُ أُسْلُوبِ الشَّرْطِ لَا مَحَلَّ لَهَا مِنَ الْإِعْرَابِ تَدُلُّ عَلَى تَعْلِيلِ. Explanation, So this is the style, literary style of the shart. This is how the shart is explained, written. فِلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ. لِيَعْبُدُوا, they must worship. Who they should worship? رَبَّ. مَفْعُولٌ بِهِ مَنْصُوبٌ وَعَلَامَةُ نَصْبِهِ فَتْحَةٌ وَهُوَ مُضَافٌ, and it is mudaf. And Rabb Haza. So Ha, now remember, we are in advanced class. We don't say Haza and say Ismu Ishara. No, it is divided into two parts, Ha and Za. Ha, litanbih, for drawing attention, for making them conscious, attention, drawing attention. Ha is a harfu, mabniun ala harfu litanbih, for drawing their attention. Mabniun ala sukun, yes, there is a sukun here. And za, now that is our ismu ishara. Ismu isharati mabniun ala sukun, also sukun. Fi mahali jar mudafili. So this is your mudafili. Huwa mudaf, that is Rabba is mudaf, and ha, only za is mudaf ilayhi. Al-bayti, so you have haza, after that a noun comes with alif lam, so it becomes a badal. We know that. Hazal, we don't say haza bayt, no, then no. Hazal bayti, then the bayt becomes badal. Alhamdulillah. Here there is more explanation, so I have given some meanings in it. Al-bayti, what is that house? What is that al-bayti? Al-Kaabatu, Kaaba, al-musharrafatu, sharrafa, musharrafatu, honored. Wa-arrafahum subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them know. He had already explained them, that Kaaba is an honored place, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them know about it. بِأَنَّهُ رَبُّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ, that he is the Lord of this house. لِأَنَّ قُرَيْشًا كَانَتْ لَهُمْ أَوْثَانٌ يَعْبُدُوهَا. Yes. See, Allah is trying to say He is the Lord of this house. And the Quraysh used to worship Awsan, this is plural, engraved images, idols. Awsanun, plural, and wasanun, singular. فَمَيَّزْ نَفْسُهُ, so that everybody should distinguish, subhanahu wa ta'ala, anha, about subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَبِالْبَيْتِ بِالْبَيْتِ تَشَرَّفُوا, Form 5, عَلَى سَائِرِ الْأَرْضِ. It is honored throughout the Arab. Throughout the Arab. So tasharrafu comes from tasharrafa, tasharrafu, huwa, no, bil bayti tasharrafu. Yes, fine. We know tasharrafa, tasharrafa, tasharrafu, tasharrafu. Fine. Be honored. Alhamdulillah. I hope you got the idea. Number 4. Allazi at'amahum min ju'i wa amanahum min khawfin. Morally, Dr. Morally, who gives them food? That is the Rabbul Bayti, Lord of the Kaaba, Rabbul Kaaba, who gives them food against hunger. They are in a place, nothing grows. So because of all these circumstances, because of the house, because of the Kaaba, the whole Arabia comes for pilgrimage, and there's a trade, and there's a prosperity in this desert. So Allah reminds them, who gives them food against hunger and makes them secure against fear. Did you get the idea? Inshallah. Iman Torres says, who has fed them? Allah has fed them, protected them from hunger, and has made them safe and secure. Safe from fear. Khawfun. Min ju'i, amanahum min khawf. Made them safe and secure from fear, and fed them against hunger. Very beautiful. Now we analyze. I have something else to also explain you about this verb, amanahum. I think most of you may not know thoroughly. I was talking with Sister Marina. I explained her because she's preparing the handout for our Saturday class, inshallah. So, Allazi, that is the Rabbul Hazal Baiti, Allazi at'amahum min joy. At'ama, Allazi, ismu mawsula. Of course we know, Mabniun ala sukun, fi mahali nasbin. No, I don't think it is mafulun bi is right. I wrote down here, sifatun li rabbi. This allazi is the sifat of the Rabb. Sifat, not for the Rabb. Sifatun li Rabb. At'amahum. See now, at'ama is form 4. To feed, to give food. At'amahum. These are the Quraysh. All the residents of Makkah. Form 4. Comes from Taima, to eat, to test, then At'ama. And the Mut'am, the place of getting food, Mut'am, the restaurant, Mut'am comes from here. At'ama. At'ama fi'lu madin mabniun ala fatah. Fine. Wafa'il damirun mustatirun jawazan takdiruhu huwa. I write down, it's not mentioned, but I always feel that if there is a file and if it is mustatir, we must figure out where does it go, where does it belong to. Just simply saying huwa or hiya or anta doesn't make proper explanation. We must know. So this huwa goes to allazi, and allazi goes to the Rabb. الجملة من فعل وفاعل لا محل لها من الإعراب صلة الموصول. That is good, it's easy. Alwapuri. Allazi atama, this is a complete sentence, fi'l fa'il, maf'ulun bi also, and that is your silatul mawsul. But whom atama has come, has to be maf'ulun bi. Damirun muttasilun mabniun ala sukun fi mahali nasbin maf'ulun bi. Easy for us to figure out. Min harfu jarrin mabniun ala sukun min ju'in. Min ju'in. Ju'in means hunger, starvation. Ju'in. Ismun majrurun bi min walamatu jarri kasra. Wajarun wa majrurun muta'alikun bi fi'al at'ama. It is connected with at'ama. So, who gives them food against hunger? And then wa'amanahum, yes. This is, I would like to explain you properly, inshallah. You will like it. I'm sure most of you are unaware. Amana, we always say. Amana, yuminu, momin. The moment, we are all momin. We believe. But here, how can this goes to Allah? How does it go to Allah? I'm going to explain you. This is one thing that I always used to wonder. Never found any satisfactory answer. Also, probably I never had an opportunity to ask Dr. Abdurrahim or to my Ustad Abu Muaz, because in early days of study of Madina book, we did not go in Quran to analyze it. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, I can assure you from my part, and I'm sure you must also accept it from your part. Ever since we started analyzing Quran, our thoughts have changed. Our lives have changed. Everything has changed, because by going into grammatical analysis and understanding the significance of each and every word, we are getting deeper into Quran. We are getting deeper into the heart of the Quran, which is the miracle of the Quran, the language. And that way, we are getting nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. More and more nearer, because of the grammatical analysis. I believe in this. I hope you also believe in it. Our lives have changed. They are not same anymore. So this is a miracle of Allah also, that how did we all started this journey of the grammatical analysis? To me, this is also a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll discuss this a little bit more in the other surah. I'll discuss that. Now, وآمن وآمن واو عاطفة آمن فعل ماض مبني على فتح وفاعل ضمير مستتر جوازا تقديره هو. See, file is huwa. File is huwa. Not any human being, but huwa. Yaudu al-lazi. Al-lazi goes to Rabbul Baiti. Rabbul Kaaba. Rabbul Kaaba. Rabbul Kaaba. Yaudu al-lazi. Which is, you can say, Rabbul Kaaba or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. File is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وجملة من فعل وفاعل لا محل لها من الإعراب موصوفة على جملة صلة الموصول. Yes, this jumla is موصوفة على صلة الموصول الذي أطعم. And then موصوفة على جملة وهم, brothers and sisters, ضمير متصل مبني على سكون في محل نصب مفعول به. This whom includes all of us. All of us includes all of us. Not only the people of Makkah, but literally all of us. And I'll explain you why I say that. Min al-khawfi, yes. Min harfu jarin mabni ala sukun. Khawfin, fear, dread, threat. Ismun majrurun bimin wa alamatu jarri kasra. Majarun wa majrurun muta'alliqun bi fi'l amana. Is connected with the fi'l amana. There's some more things here. Yes. That is the end of. This is the end of. This is the last, fourth last. This is last verse. We finish it here. But I have a lot of other things to explain you. So as I was saying you, Amana means he made them safe and secure. He made them safe and secure. This is the meaning of Amana. He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the file is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yahudu al-lazi. And then whom, straight away, direct mafulun bihi, amanahum, mafulun bihi, damirun, muttasilun, mabnin ala sukun, fi ma'li nasbin, mafulun bihi. Mafulun bihi. Min al-khawfi. I got it. Now I have here a few more things. I thought that was very nice. Suleiman Yaqub writes, some of these things are little bit complicated because I don't think we can figure it out so easily. So I leave them. Atama min ju'in. Atamahum min ju'in. We know that. He provided food against hunger. Whom means this Makkans. Whom biwadin, they are in the valley. Gary the Zara'in, yes. Gary without any growth of any kind. وَهُمْ بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ, where nothing grows. بِسَبَبِ هَاتَيْنِ رِحْلَتَيْنِ, and because of those two trade journeys in which the Quraysh traveled to far and wide, and they became friends of all their neighbors because of their esteem. The custodian of Kaaba, even now the ruler of Saudi Arabia, he is known as Harmaini, custodian of Harmaini. Now there are two, Makkah and Medina, Kaaba and then Masjid of the Prophet in Medina, Harmaini, caretaker of Harmaini, Medina and Makkah. فَخَلَّسَهُمْ مِنْ جُوٍ شَدِيدٍ. خَلَّسَ, يُخَلِّسُ, to save from, rescue from, yes, so that they were rescued from جُوٍ شَدِيدٍ كَانُوا فِيهِ, the situation they were, وَآمَنَهُمْ مِنْ خَوْفٍ, and provided them security and peace against any fear. Did you get the idea? Alhamdulillah. So that ends it, but now I am going in detail to explain you. Brother, I have written here a verse 23 of Surah Al-Hashr. Surah Al-Hashr. So I have to read it now slowly. Huwa Allahu allazi la ilaha illa huwa. This is very beautiful verse. Someday we should analyze it. I don't know if we have done the analysis. Brother Afzal, my dear brother and friend, Brother Afzal, have all the records of what we have done. So much to study. So much to study every weekend, inshallah. This is our mental gym. We come to this class, it is our mental gym, We get energized, exhilarated, and we take more knowledge in our mind to better our lives. Yes, better our lives and understanding of our responsibilities as a mu'min, as a Muslim, but I say mu'min. Muslim is first stage, the second stage is mu'min, to believe. When you believe, everything changes, Fine. So I have here, Huwa Allahu allazi la ilaha illa. He is Allah, allazi la ilaha illa. There is no one worthy of worship except him, And then we start, Al-Maliku, Wallahu allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-Maliku. I request to all of you to memorize it. Please memorize it. Memorize it. It starts with Wallahu allazi la ilaha illa huwa alimul ghaibi wa shahadati wa huwa Rahman wa Rahim. Then again, Wallahu allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-Maliku. No, these are all the Asmaul Husna. What are they? These are all the attributes of Husna. Attributes of Husna. Allah, Al-Asmaul Husna. The 99 attributes of Allah. There are some here. Al-Maliku, the King. Al-Quddusu, the All-Holy. As-Salamu is perfect. Allah is all perfect. Al-Mu'min, brother, this is the thing I'm taking my time to explain to you. Nobody will give you this explanation. Even I did not know. I always used to wonder. When I memorized this in the beginning, I used to wonder, how can Allah be Mu'min? I am a Mu'min, believing in Allah, but why Allah is Mu'min? What does he believe? Okay, So then, once I analyzed this Surah Quraysh, sometime back in Noor Center. At that time, I did my little research, but I think I did not explain to the students. I was not too sure. Now that we have done more and more analysis, now I'm pretty sure about it. See, so then I will explain you today what is this moment and what is the other moment that I, you, we all are. This moment is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Min Asmaul Husna. When Allah has given us 99 names, Al-Malikul, Qudusus, Salamul, Mu'min. Al-Maliku is the King, all holy, all perfect. And Al-Mu'min, Al-Maliku, Al-Qudusu, Salamu, Mu'min means the giver of security. Allah is the giver of security to all of us. That is the meaning here. Al-Muhayminul, the all-supervising, controller, guardian. Al-Azizu, the almighty. Al-Jabbaru, the all-compeller. Al-Mutakabbir, the all-sublime, This is Subhanallahi amma yushrikuna, then it goes. Huwa Allahul Khaliqul Bariul Musabbir. Lahul Asmaul Husna. Yusabbihu ma fis samawati wal ard. Wa huwa al-Azizul Hakim. All these about, I think, I'm not too sure, I don't remember it, but maybe more than 13 Asmaul Husna, more than 13, could be 15 or maybe 18, I don't know. If you count, then every time it comes. All these Asmaul Husna are coming together in one place. That is the beauty of this verse from Surah Al-Hashr. In the end of it, incredible, my brothers and sisters. Nowhere in the whole of Quran you'll find so many Asmaul Husna coming together in one place, and it comes here. So you should try to memorize it. And when you memorize it, the beautiful things, brother and sister, is to say it in our salah. That is our practice. We have to pray 5 times, maybe some sunnah also. We are praying all sayings in salah, the Quran. So we memorize something new, we should use it in our salah. That way, we polish our memorization, become more proficient. And the best thing is, because now we understand the Arabic language, we feel the joy, the incredible joy of the Quran, the kalam of Allah, the speech of Allah. These are the beautiful things, my brothers and sisters. These are the beautiful things that we have to we have to do it and get more understanding and happiness, inshallah. So now here, brothers and sisters, all came. Now I come in detail one more time. Amana bi. Amana bi. To believe. To believe. Here, amana doesn't mean believe. No, it doesn't mean believe. Only here, amana, because there is a preposition there. Amana bi. And then from here, Mu'min is the believer. Amana billahi. No, believer in Allah, but then this belief has got many other things, my brothers and sisters. So you must understand and know. I sometimes say, Ayatul birr, laysal birra, an tuwallu wujuhakum qibla al-mashriqi wal-maghribi, walakin al-birra man amana billahi wal-yawm al-akhiri. These are all connected with billahi. Amana billahi wa amana bil-yawm al-akhiri wa amana bil-malaikati wa amana bil-kutubi wa amana bil-rusuli. All these are connected in amana bil. Remember? So that Ayatul Bir, I think 170 numbers, Surah Al-Baqarah, has got a lot of details. And here, dear brothers and sisters, is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amana, straight away amana, nothing added, pure amana, madi, okay? And whom is mafulun bihi, all of us, amana, whom Allah provided security and safety to them. Who are them? Makkans. But we are also now, and we need Allah's blessings of safety and security. That is amanahum. Al-Mu'min, this is Al-Asmaul Husna. Al-Mu'min is Allah. Who is Allah? The giver of safety and security. Al-Mu'min, Allah made them safe and secure. Did you get the point? Alhamdulillah, my brothers and sisters. So this is all. I did it, explained you in detail, and I think I have a lot of time, but not enough time to do this surah, but we'll see. I'll give few seconds break.